Hello everyone, I'm Michaela Kathleen, and today I'm doing the History of My Shelves challenge. This challenge was created by Emma over on emmmabooks, so I will link her original video down below. But jumping right in, the first prompt in the History of My Shelves challenge is, what is your oldest book? So that's a super easy one. My shelves are going to be such a mess by the end of this. The oldest book on my shelf is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. These are the books that got me into reading. Number 2 is, what is a book that you read in 2013? And this question continues all the way to 2019. So I'm just gonna go through all the years here. 2013, I was, let's see, I think a sophomore in college. What have I read? Fangirl? I read that the January after it came out, and I don't think it came out in 2012. Maybe The Fault in Our Stars, because I also read that the January after it came out, and I think it might have come out in 2012. Let's check. 2012. Okay, so in 2013, I read The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, the book that got me into young adult books. So then 2014 might have been Fangirl. Yes, Fangirl came out in 2013 and I read it the January after it came out, so I read it in 2014. A book I very much associate with college. So then 2015, I think I might have won my first in line club membership that year, so let's look at some of those books. No, that was 2016. What did I read in 2015? Oh, 2015. I might have to cheat a little. Okay, I cheated a little bit and went to my Goodreads because I could not remember a 2015 book. This is why the angle might have changed slightly. I stopped the video. And my Goodreads did not help me very much. I had a Fangirl in there under 2015. I didn't start Goodreads till later, but I tried to backlog. And I had Creativity Inc., which was not published in 2015, even though I definitely bought it the year it came out. And so I'm gonna go with Where She Went, which is the sequel to If I Stay. This is If I Stay, which I have in Goodreads as having read in 2015. And I think that might be correct because the movie came out in 2014. So yeah, we're gonna go with Where She Went. 2016. 2016. I have down in my Goodreads, I've decided to just cheat on this whole years thing because it's too hard to remember. So I have down that I've read The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Who knows for sure if that's true because I did not start doing Goodreads until last year and I just kind of guessed. I wanted to be able to kind of have all my books in my Goodreads of my whole life, even though I just started it last year. And so if the me that was guessing what I read when on Goodreads a year ago was right, I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower in 2016. When were these written? No! I'm changing my answer. Okay, in 2016, I know that I read Words in Deep Blue because I got this from the First in Line Club, which was an advanced readers copy club, and this says it came out in 2016. And I won that in 2016, and so yeah, this is what I read in 2016. Okay, 2017. Life is so hard to remember. 2017, I'm relying heavily on Goodreads, by the way. I read Miss You by Kate Eberlin. Okay, 2018, I know this is accurate, but I'm gonna double check anyways. Yes, okay. In 2018, I read Lethal White by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. And the final year, 2019, I read Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. Next prompt. What's a book you've read more than once? All of them. Not all of them, most of them. Which one do I want to use I don't think I'll want to use later? Okay. I have read Inkheart by Cornelia Funk many times, as well as most of my books. Okay, next prompt is, what is a book you waited more than a year to be published? Okay, I'm gonna go with Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Published. Okay, what is a book that you read on vacation or away from home? I always really distinctly remember reading Holes by Lois. Don't know how to say his name. On the drive down to New Mexico. We moved when I was like 10 briefly to New Mexico, and I really distinctly remember reading this on the drive down, the very, very long drive down. What is a book that you got someplace special? Okay, this one's easy. Matched by Ali Condi. I got this at NerdCon Stories from the Apparating Library. What is a book that made you cry? Do I go with The Fault in Our Stars and risk wanting to use it later? Okay, I do want to use it later, I think. What's a different one that made me cry? I don't know. All my books. Oh, okay. For this, I've got The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. That ending is very rough. Okay, what is a book that you read in one sitting? So, I'm not a one-sitting kind of reader. I don't think I have ever done it, but the fastest that I've read a book because I was excited to get it was... I have too much stuff. Too much stuff. You're gonna see like my shelves getting progressively messier throughout the video. Okay. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows is the fastest I've ever probably read a book. I was very excited when it came out, and I actually tried to hold myself in check and read it slowly to really savor it, but still I was only able to stretch it out to like 2.5 days. Okay. What is a book that was a gift? Oh, I have to leave the room for this one. It's a coffee table book. I'm back. Okay. Hamilton, The Revolution by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Jeremy McCarter. And I got this Christmas from my boyfriend, and it's a book that I did not even have on my list or ask for, but he knew I really like Hamilton, and we saw it in a Target, and he like sort of sneakily was like looking at it to see if I was interested, and I was. Book stack is getting tall. Oh god, Hamilton's gonna overbalance it. Okay. What is a book that you read before owning? Oof, I'm gonna have to reach deep into my memory for this because I have become kind of exclusively a book buyer, and I just buy books and read them, and if I don't like them, then I dispose of them. Not dispose of them, give them away. And so it's been a really long time since I've read a book before buying it. I used to go to the library as a kid, but not so much anymore, which I do feel bad about. But gosh, I have that many old books on my shelf anyways. Oh! Okay. The Giver by Lois Lowry. I read this for school before ever owning it, so yeah. Okay. What is a book that you lent out? I kind of lent out Looking for Alaska by John Green to my cousin, except it really never left my sight because we were on a road trip and I was watching her read it. I don't trust people with my books. What is a book that you have that is damaged? The Last Book in the Universe is a very tiny little paperback that is a book that I've had almost as long as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and so it does have a lot of wear and tear. I also could have picked Aragon because one time I dropped it and it folded the back cover, and it's really sad. But I wanted to talk about this one because this one has tape holding it together, the poor little guy. Probably not even in frame anymore. Okay, what is a book that you got on sale or for cheap? That's a lot of books. Which one stands out? Okay, The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I've got this great local library with a little coffee shop inside of it, and they have this wall of books where you can leave a book and take a book, and so I technically got this for free, or in exchange for a book. Okay, what is a book that you read with someone? Oh no. I don't like the year questions because that took up a lot of books that I would want to use. You know what? I'm reusing a book. I'm making my own rules. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I actually read this book to my dad. So I read, or at least I used to before I moved out, books to my parents. My mom is a big reader, but now that she's an adult, she never has time. And I had a lot of time on my hands one summer. And so like when she was out doing gardening and stuff, I would read to her. And then The Fault in Our Stars came out and I loved it so much that I wanted every person on the planet to read it. And so one night when my dad was working on the garage, he works on cars a lot, and he likes to have company while he's out there. Me and my mom kind of wanted to go in and just watch TV, but he was like, don't go, I'll be lonely. And so I struck a deal that I would read him the first chapter of The Fault in Our Stars, and then we would hang out until whenever he was done working on his car. This is a very long story. And then, yeah, the next day, surprisingly, he was like, are you gonna come read to me while I work outside? He wanted to continue the book. So yeah, I read this with my dad. A book you associate with a song. Okay, I have like a weirdly specific answer for this. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I associate with a Miley Cyrus song back in her Disney days. It was her song Full Circle. I don't know if you remember that jam, but it was about like this relationship that had gone like full circle, and spoiler warning for New Moon, the second Twilight, Edward has left Bella, but then he comes back, and I don't know, my little teenage mind connected this Full Circle song to New Moon, so technically I probably should have picked up that one instead of Twilight. And yeah, I associate that song with Twilight / New Moon. Book that you associate with food. I really don't associate books with food. Like, I really don't. I'm gonna super duper cheat. Super cheating here. The Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. I associate this with, honestly, the pancakes is what we've had the most often. So yeah, we also tried the burgers once, I think. And we really haven't tried much else from here. So yeah, that's the one. Book you got years ago that you would not buy now. Okay. Now this one, I feel a little bit bad about because I actually still really do like this series a lot. But I'm gonna have to go with A Series of Unfortunate Events because I have the first 3 and I have the final 3 and I don't have any of the books in between. And so to me that clearly says that I'm not willing to buy them anymore. And so yeah, I think if I didn't already own this, I would not buy it nowadays. A book that you associate with a certain time in your life. I already said fangirl with college, but I don't want to keep cheating. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Warrior series by Erin Hunter because this is such a big series that by default that means I was obsessed with it for quite a long time. And like I do definitely remember this was like around the age of 13, so yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. A book that you used to like but you don't anymore. Just use Twilight. And to be fair, I don't know whether or not I like it anymore because it's been so long since I read it. This is another hard one because like if I don't like it anymore, I get rid of it. Does it count if I never really loved it all that much? Okay, I'm going to go with Divergent by Veronica Roth because while I did really like the first one, and I think I probably would still like it if I reread it, I don't think I would like the entire series anymore. I think I was caught up in the thrill of it because the first one did have really fun world building. So I was caught up in the thrill of it at the time, but looking back on it, I don't think I actually like this series all that much. Okay, last prompt is, what is the newest book on your shelf? This was an easy one, The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. I just got this in the mail earlier this week because I won it from BookCon Line. They had it online this year. So yeah, I won an advance reader's copy of this book just a week ago. So yeah, that was all of the prompts in this History of My Bookshelves challenge. It's gonna be real fun to clean up the shelves. Thanks to Emma Books for coming up with this challenge. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Remember, words matter.